Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm here with Axeltoss. We're going to do a dual commentary for Intel Extreme Masters Tournament from China.
Yep, and I'm excited. I am. A lot of games happened over that tournament, and not a lot of people saw them all. And I'm sure there are plenty that definitely deserve to be seen. So we're here to hopefully relay that in an appropriate manner. And EonShiKeno, who do we got playing here?
We've got TSL Revival. He's going to be our blue Zerg on the right side of the map. TSL sitting for the SCV life. And his opponent, imbaStrelok. What does imba stand for?
You know,
imbalanced? I know it's imbalanced, but is that actually the clan
name?
Isn't
it a part of FXO?
Yeah, FXO, imba.
I want to say. But I don't know.
I think you're right.
I don't know the specific distinction, because I know Strelok for sure wears the FXO jersey when he participates in events and whatnot. But I don't know the relationship between imba and FXO. Like, I don't get that. I'm sure Strelok is good enough to be on FXO, so why not just call him FXO? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the European division, they just call it that? I don't know.
I don't know.
EonShiKeno, help me understand, man.
Yeah, you have to help me here, man. That's the business side of Starcraft. I stick to the casting side and the playing side. I did not get a business major.
I hear you. I hear you.
So we're gonna have Revival go out there and throw down his hatchery. Was it the 15-minute mark? 15-minute mark.
15 minutes. Oh my God, time is going so fast.
The slowest.
We're watching on
ever.
faster times 25.
And Strelok is throwing down his gas. So pretty standard opening here, coming from our Terran Ukraine player. What is it with Ukrainian players? Him and Wyra, they're just so lovable.
Yeah, they are. They're manner, and they're really freaking good at StarCraft. But Strelok definitely a really good player, and probably gonna open. I don't know. I mean, I would say factory because he hasn't added an add-on yet, but maybe he's gonna wait for the Marine to get out. So it could be a relatively fast expand. Minerals are getting up there. Have to wait and see.
I really like seeing how different players have managed with this 5-second build time added onto the barracks.
Yeah.
Just deciding on when they want to get that orbital. I've seen a lot of different players do different things since the patch.
Really?
And Strelok going for, what was it, the 17 orbital? So,
I do not know. I do not know. I don't know. Has that timing changed like dramatically?
5 seconds. Yeah, it does.
5 seconds, yeah.
It delays it for a little bit. So some people like to sneak out an SCV. It just kind of depends on the player's preference. Some people just want that orbital that much quicker.
Yep.
So different. We'll see it probably, levelize here eventually coming out. And I think you're going to be right. We're going to see some reactored Hellions coming out of here, 2 at a time.
Yeah, I mean, I love this build. You can get. I mean, it depends how many Hellions you get. A lot of players like just stick it on 2 just to deny that creep spread. But you get other players who get 4, which is kind of the middle ground where you deny creep spread, deny map control, maybe get some drone kills, and then you get the players who just get like a second factory and go for like 20 Hellions and just absolutely wreck the mineral lines. And that's their only goal in the game. Get 20 Hellions, kill the drones. But it looks like Strelok going to be going for 2 to start out with, obviously throwing down that command center. So he's not going to be terribly aggressive with this, but definitely going to try, take what he can get.
Yeah, Revival already throwing up a Roach Warren, and Strelok does not scout that, so he's going to have a pretty good unit defense going up against these Hellions. One thing I actually did see during IPL, because IPL has already happened, and I remember the game between Stefano and the STC during the semifinals, where the Terran player opened like 4 Hellions, kept Stefano to 2 bases, and then went like fast double expansion. It was really crazy.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was just such a weird game. I was like, what? He's double expanding? And then I was like, well, I guess that works.
Yeah, and Stefano didn't scout that either, I don't think. So definitely a little bit unprepared. I don't know if he won or lost that game. But yeah, pretty early Roach Warren here from Revival. And like the thing is, he didn't even scout that factory until just recently. Way before, like way after, I should say, he put down the Roach Warren. So the Roach Warren wasn't necessarily reactive unless he knows Strelok's style. So I don't know, also producing 5 drones, maybe just getting roaches for safety instead of building those spine crawlers.
Yeah, this map has a fairly large expansion, so it wouldn't surprise me just to go for the roaches, just for that matter of fact alone.
Yeah.
And we may see roach, like a Zergling roach 2-base timing attack coming up here. Actually, scratch that, where you have 2 more gas going up, so I don't expect, actually 3 gas going up now, so I don't think we're going to see that.
Yeah, just getting the roaches for safety is the only thing I can think of. I mean, you get some players like Idra, if you remember Idra versus Thorzane, game 1. Oh, you didn't see that one, did you?
I was sleeping.
You're killing esports, man. No, it's not funny. You're killing esports.
I would prefer murdering esports. That's what I like to go for.
All right, what's your time zone though? Maybe you'll
I'm
have
at
an excuse. I mean, if you're in
7:03.
California, then that's okay.
No, I was just tired.
Yeah,
I slept until noon. It's the weekend, man. I was working all week.
Okay, I forgive you, but I'll tell you about it.
I'm gonna make sure to watch it. I got a couple
okay,
of like, that whole morning. Yeah, don't tell me. Don't spoil.
I was about to lay down some deep analytical.
No spoilers. Okay. No spoilers.
All right, no spoilers. No spoilers. But a lot of Hellions on the field for StrelokK, so I gotta say this was the right move by Revival, opening with those roaches. He's gonna have 6 on the field pretty soon here. That's gonna make him relatively safe from this Hellion harassment. And I love his Overlord speed right now. I don't know if you. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got kind of the areas covered. These Overlords kind of all over the side, left and right side of the map.
Yeah.
Can't really expect any drops anytime soon as there's no starport up.
Yep.
But let's see, +1 on the way. He's got a lot of bio coming out. He's going to have 3 barracks. He's got that factory up. So we might see just a really heavy Hellion bio force just maybe try and contain him to 2 bases.
He's going to have a lot of Marines on the way pretty soon here. 2 of those barracks have reactors on them. So that's 5 Marines at the same time, assuming I'm not terrible at math. And we also have a factory. I'm surprised there's no tech lab on that. You usually see a transition into tanks once you've made enough Hellions, putting a tech lab on that factory and start pumping those out with siege mode. But he's just going to get a reactor. And the main thing I'm concerned about this is how do you really defend against Banelings without those tanks? And makes me a little scared right now. But we'll have to see if he eventually transitions into mixing in tanks, I should say, with those Marines and potentially a Marauder or 2.
Yeah, he has scouted out the roaches. He's still making Marines. Kind of surprised he hasn't made 1 or 2 Marauders just to deal with that, because they do have a little bit. They do work a little bit better against roaches with that concussive shell, and of course they do bonus versus armored, so they work pretty well against that. Third is now going up for Revival at the top center part of the map. Nobody's attempted to take the gold yet, and I gotta say StrelokK has been pretty active with these Hellions. Really hasn't been able to control all of the creep tumors just because of the roaches. So those roaches do provide defense, but they're also, allowing him to spread that creep tumor a lot more effectively than he would if he had spine crawlers.
Yeah, you can definitely follow those creep tumors around with those roaches, try to defend them. That being said, 2 roaches getting sniped away at the watchtower, but a squadron of 6 roaches, I should say, from TSL Revival, going to be able to take that watchtower back for the blue Zerg player. And I'm curious, StrelokK, there we go, finally putting that tech lab down, finally getting a tank. And starting that siege tech research, also getting 2 medevacs and immediately taking the starport off of that reactor and going to be remaking that reactor. So he's going to have so many Marines coming out. That's 2, 4, 6 at a time, and adding on another barracks there.
And so many Banelings coming out. He's got 20 on the way. He's researching burrow, pathogen glands. That's a recipe for disaster for a bio army if I've ever seen one.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a lot of Banelings, and of course, pathogen glands enables those infestors to pop out with enough energy to throw down that fungal growth spell right away. But that being said, not making any infestors yet. Burrow is on the way. It looks like StrelokK wants to push here.
He's actually droning. He just made 11 drones. Ooh. He must be pretty confident he can deal with this attack. Let's see if he's going to be able to go for it. Bio going to get some nice splits. No, that was a horrible split. He does pick him up in the medevacs, but he didn't have enough medevacs to pick up all these units, and Revival took that easily.
Yeah, that was no contest. Revival. I mean, he has a lot of units out on the field right now, a lot of roaches, a lot of Banelings, and again, without siege tanks to really make that splash damage happen, Marines are going to have like very little chance. Marines and Hellions, I should say, against this unit composition from Revival. So pretty nice play there from Revival. Keeps his 3rd safe at the same time. Looks like StrelokK wants to take a 3rd of his own, continuing to produce those tanks, rallying them to the outside of his natural expansion. And looks like he's going to go in for another attack with these Marines.
Macro hatchery going up, then yeah, he's going to go in for it, but I think this isn't going to be a very long attack. Yeah, just going to pick him up quickly and get out of there. Those Banelings even have that roly-poly upgrade, which is what I like to call it.
Roly-poly upgrade. I like it.
Just roll around. Look at him go.
I know, man. I just want to pick him up.
Just like, have you ever been in a barrel when it got rolled? And then, like, whenever it stops rolling, you want to just vomit? Like,
I can't say I've had that experience.
Okay, but the people listening know what I'm talking about. They've all had it done.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like these Banelings, how do they not?
I'm the complete minority in this.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
How would these Banelings not vomit every time they stop rolling? I would just be vomiting
oh my God,
left and right.
That's a really good point. And
Revival might be going for a little sneak or not sneak attack.
Oh, siege tanks.
I don't know. There's a lot of siege tanks. You're right. This may go extremely badly. Oh.
He's like, never mind. What the Zerg could do here is throw infested Terrans to like soak up the siege tank, the initial siege tank shots, and then try to move in. But that being said, they are off creep, so obviously it's not going to be as effective as he probably would like. and he doesn't have tanks, or he doesn't have mutas to try to target down those tanks once the Marines and Marauders like run away. So it looks like Revival going to be backing up at the same time. A mini drop going on in the top left location. A lot of Marines going to be just loaded right up into the medevac, and this is the danger of not going mutas in the ZVT matchup. The medevacs can just pretty much do whatever they want, assuming there are no infestors in the vicinity. Of course, mutas have that ability to chase them off the map into the airspace and deal with them, but Revival doesn't have that ability right now. So his Spire just now finished, and I'm wondering if we'll actually see him go mutas in this game.
Yeah, we got a Hive about halfway finished, +2 on the way for those Zerglings. He's doing a drop over there next to that Zelnaga tower on the right. And some pretty good creep tuber coverage from Revival for this game. He sees he's almost right outside that third base from Strelok. And here comes some more Zerglings. Strelok picking up those guys, heading out of there.
Strelok trying to be as annoying as possible, trying to spread out his opponent's units. You know, a lot of players, they have trouble spreading out the units, dealing with a lot of multi-pronged harassment, but TSL Revival, very good Zerg player, not going to have too much trouble dealing with both those drops that just occurred there. And let's go Sensor Tower going down from Strelok, not a bad idea at all, covers pretty much every single entrance into his main, second, and third. Drop going down the top left, and it's going to get fungal growth, and it will go down. I would imagine, oh, it's running away, but there the fungal growth goes down again, and it should fall. Yeah, I don't know how cost efficient that was, though. I mean, I feel like he wasted a lot of spell. Like, 3 Infested Terran is doing nothing right now. But I'm not going to be critical. I'm just mean. EonShiKeno. Something you got to know about me, man. I'm a mean person.
Just horribly mean.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. You're off my Christmas list already. A lot of tanks coming in. He's going to have to siege, and the Marines getting back. And it looks like both players running away.
Oh my god, stimming every Marine.
That was a little bit of overkill. Those medevacs are going to have a job security for a little bit going. Big attack coming over the right side. Infestors going the other direction. And now that those tanks are out of the way, free attack. Revival is going to unrevive this base. I couldn't think of the correct word.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
That was...
And this base is falling. And Strelok actually supply blocked, but he's going to go make attack to the top left. Those infestors maybe going to delay some of these Marines, get some nice fungal growths. I don't know where they're at. A lot of banelings coming up. Really heavy Zergling, Roach, Infestor. And speak of that, Ultralisk coming out. +3 on the way for both players. +3 attack. Looks like this gold is going to fall. Queen going to get out of there. Oh, the Queen gets out of there. Oh! Queen does not get out of there.
That was very sad indeed. And Strelok, I mean, sure, he's doing a lot of aggression here, but keep in mind, his back door is completely vulnerable. A Zergling actually burrowed itself under that command center. Pretty cool move there by Revival. Always admirable to see that happen from Zerg players. Of course, not when I'm actually playing. I'll be really mad, but when I see it, when I'm casting, it's pretty cool. And when will Revival decide to engage this? I don't think he wants to engage while these tanks are sieged. In order to engage that, he has to like go up like 2 different ramps. So I think he's going to leave that alone, and it looks like he might go for a counterattack here.
Yeah, those mutas are out, so he's going to be able to do a little bit of harassment now. You don't. I think you can one-shot. What is it? SCVs with like 5 muta, or is it 6 muta?
Why are you asking me these math questions, man?
I don't know, dude. Aren't you the Protoss player? You should know these things.
I don't know, dude. Like, should I know that? 5 muta, dude. Just have a lot of mutas and go for the middle line and kill the workers. That's my mentality. But yeah, mutas do a lot of damage.
They do 9 damage.
Are we really doing this math right now?
45 life. Yes, we're doing the math. It's 5.
5. But what about upgrades? It has 1 armor.
Oh, 1 armor.
So you divide it by...
You need 1 more.
Oh,
tanks are unsieging. He's going to go for it. He needs a siege. Actually, 2 still sieging. Oh, nice fungal up there at the front.
Oh.
Tank's in a really nice position. Oh. And his Revival's going to pressure this. Oh, muta coming in from the bottom. Going to focus fire. Call the tanks. Ultralisk tanking all the damage. Roach is coming from behind. And Strelok getting cleaned up fairly well there. Revival did lose that base, but at the cost of that entire army Strelok had there. Does have some reinforcements back at his natural. Quite a few reinforcements, actually. A lot of tanks, a lot of Marines, so he's been doing some nice macro. He's trying to get that third base back in the game, dropping some mules down there. Probably needs to throw up a missile turret, some bunkers, something like that, just to deal with that constant harass going on.
I mean, as this game goes along, he has to keep that third safe. That's why I was a little bit concerned earlier. I mean, he let that just get mauled. He only had 1 bunker there. You got to keep at least 2 or 3 siege tanks there, along with a squadron of Marines to try to defend against any potential counterattacks. And that's exactly what he didn't do. So Strelok obviously didn't have the most optimal mining time this whole time at that base, but trying to get it resaturated at the same time. Looks like Revival is going to pressure again, has a lot of Infestors, Ultras, and some Mutals in here, along with plenty of Roaches. And Strelok is going to back away to his natural... There we go, turning around, needs to defend this third.
Yeah, and he's got a drop heading over to the, I guess, 4th. So Those Marines are going to do a little bit of damage, but at the same time, we have a counterattack over there on the left side of the expansion of Strelok. Those Marines get cleaned up, and over there, Ultra's just doing kind of a run by, but no, they get intercepted by the tanks and Marines. They're going to be forced to fall back. Yeah. Good attempt there by Revival, but not too terribly effective.
Yeah, I mean, Strelok had Marauders.
That counters it. Game over.
No, I know.
Oh no, he's going to lose all these Ultras. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, interesting choice to go for Ultras. I mean, it seems like his economy isn't terribly great. His gas is very, very low. So obviously not going to be saving that gas for Broodlords, at least at this point in the game. 4 more Ultras on the way, and Strelok looks to see. Oh my god, what was that? Was that a Baneling bomb?
That had to have been a burrowed Baneling.
Oh my god.
They just walked right over that sweet spot. And there's some more here, right outside the expansion. Let's see if he's going to run some more guys in there. There's only one, so he's probably not going to set it off. But
I'm blind. Well,
Revival is just so patient. He's kind of just sitting there. Now he's ready to go. No longer patient. He's going to go for it. Look at all those tanks.
Yeah. There's no anti-air here.
Oh, is he not controlling his army? I don't know. This seems like a really bad attack for Revival here.
Yeah, his infestors aren't doing much, and Strelok going to clean that up quite easily. There's a drop in the main base. Maybe Revival's a little bit distracted. Strelok going to use this to move forward into the natural third of a TSL Revival, and he has to be careful with these tanks. I want to see him siege like 1 or 2 at a time and not leave them all unsieged. But Strelok looking pretty darn good here, and a Fungal Ghost goes down from Revival, and there are Baneling bombs there. Why isn't he using them? Oh no.
That's heartbreaking.
They were like right underneath that entire army.
The only thing worse than seeing a Baneling bomb not blow up is someone missing.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Or getting Baneling bombed yourself when you're playing.
Yeah. And Strelok's kind of getting himself back on this game. He's got a nice supply lead. Zergling's trying to do a counterattack here, but there's way too much stuff. Those Zerglings are not going to be very cost effective. He does have the gold in the bottom right side of the map. I'm pretty sure Strelok knows about that. He does not know about that. Scratch that.
Oh no.
That gold is going to be pretty nice for Revival.
Yeah, this game is very interesting. I mean, I feel like Strelok is getting the forefront of these engagements, but at the same time, Revival getting bases everywhere. And this could be a lot of pressure going toward his, I guess, his 4th base. A lot of Ultras in this composition, though, with plenty of infestors. But keep in mind, Strelok has a Marauder.
Oh man, he could probably do well with some Broodlords right about now.
Yes, but again, making that tech choice to Ultras, I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting decision. We'll see how it works out, though. I mean, he is down 185 to 168 supply.
Strelok finally seeing that base down at the bottom. Nice fungal on all those tanks. Ultras coming in, but there are just way too many tanks there, too many bio. And throwing down some infested Terran. Fungal growth going to go down again. Looks like Strelok is going to have this here.
Yeah, Strelok cleaning up that army, and what does Revival have to answer? Still making Ultras, getting infestors and lings too, but I don't know if he's going to have enough. Strelok had 162 to 110 supply, and keep in mind, he has a big army back home outside of his natural expansion. Going to siege up outside. Actually, not going to siege up, just going to attack this hatchery straight on. And Revival definitely not looking too good here. That hatchery will go down. Ultra going to run to his death. He's going to die pretty quickly. No, it does not end up taking down that tank. And Strelok looking pretty darn good here, man.
Yeah, Revival, not looking good. Not looking good, bud.
Yeah.
He's just streaming in Zerglings here. Infestor spawn, instantly dying.
Oh, well, it looks like he might clean up that force, but, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of like the leftovers of Strelok. His like main force is like at his expansion. It's like a whole nother huge army. Yeah. Look at the drone long distance mining at the top. That is just, that's a lot of drones.
That's a lot of drones. Income 61 to 47, yeah.
That's insane. And still, this medevac, where did those Muta go? He needs those Muta just to like patrol his own base. These Marines and bio drop has just been constantly hassling Revival, and it's really stopped him from, you know, focusing on the fights.
It's a very interesting method, a very interesting style from Revival here. Not really going Mutas. I think he made like 5 the whole game. Going for Ultras relatively quickly. And of course, with that Roach opening, I'm still uncertain about it. Obviously, it doesn't look too good as of right now, but this is just one game, so I don't know. Strelok coming forward here, throwing down a scan, checking for those burrowed Banelings, and it's not a bad idea because that would probably be the only thing Revival could really do here to win. And keep in mind, there are still 2 burrowed Banelings there at Revival's 3rd.
Not anymore. They just got killed. Just got taken out, and this expansion is going to fall, and Revival's going to be down to, now he's going to be long distance to the other side of the map. And even burrowing some drones. Look at all those burrowed drones there.
Wow.
Surprise attack!
They wish they're Banelings.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd be as effective. Oh, there we go. Unburrowing. And returning to mine. at the right side location. So Revival's drones are pretty much fed up with their commanding officer, I think.
Yeah, doesn't get any more inefficient than these drones trying to long distance mine from way down there. Oh, and Strelok's going to cut all these drones off. Oh, wow, he burrows them. Never mind. He sneaks out there. One Ultra's trying to walk up there. He lost that fight.
Yeah. Not much to say, right? I mean, Revival, I don't think he's going to win this game. He's literally all he's doing is long distance mining. And will scan go down? These drones are shivering underground right now. They do not want to be found.
Yeah, one Ultra coming out. Don't think that's going to win the game for him.
Yeah. StrelokK still has a Marauder, so...
He would need some clutch infusions, probably 30 to 1,000. Nice Fungal's going to go down, but there's so many medevacs. He's not even going to kill the medevacs. Ultraless Cavern's going to go down, and there we got it. The GG finally from Revival.
Oh. Yeah, Revival throwing down the GG, and Rotterdam leaves the game.
Rotterdam had enough of that too. But wow, that game, StrelokK just, it seemed... I don't know. He was always getting, like, sidetracking Revival, it seemed like.
Yeah, see, like, the thing is, Revival was in a decent situation. Remember when StrelokK moved out with his Marines and tanks, and then he took out the third?
Yeah. He took out the third, but his army got slaughtered. Like, you talking about the very first attack with the Roaches and Banelings?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, he was looking good there. But the difference, like, his transition was into Ultras. Like, he went directly from that, being in a great position, to Ultraless. And... I don't know. I feel like maybe trying to invest in more mutas there or going for faster Broodlords would have been nice, because at one point he had so many bases. But just choosing the Ultraless, which is, I don't know, it's really intriguing.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good map for muta. There's all the high ground behind your expansion, so you can just, fly away instantly.
Yeah, it's good for air units in general, I think, because there's so many choke points that Ultras, I mean, they're just going to have a hard time, getting places.
Yeah, I don't mind Ultras, like maybe after a tech switch, like after you have a couple Broodlords out, they get a bunch of Vikings out, you want to go for a tech switch, that would make sense. But yeah, Revival had a fairly strong early game, and but StrelokK just wore him away, throughout the whole game, just constantly dropping all over the place, just really nice tank placements with those siege. He was always like sieged on the other side of a cliff or somewhere. Yeah. During most of those fights, so Revival didn't really even see what he was engaging after it was too late.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yep, so that was game number 1 from pool play between StrelokK and Revival. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
Maybe. I guess. Sure. I'm Axel, guys. You can check me out on youtube.com/AxeltossSC. And definitely leave some feedback in the comments if you like it. Let us know. If you don't like it, I guess you can let us know too. Though it'd make me kind of sad, but okay.
All right, guys. See everybody later.
See ya.